It's red left switch, Z right, sprint right G, U corner, halfback flat. Nice and easy, let's walk it, here we go.
Gentlemen, welcome in. This is another O-Line Committee film breakdown here. We've got two dudes who spent 16 combined years in the NFL trenches, Alex Boone and Jeremiah Sirles. I played right guard in 8th grade, so I know a thing or two as well. And we're going to do 3 film breakdowns this week. You guys can find them all and the podcast, the Week 2 Recap podcast, on the O-Line Committee YouTube channel. Click that like button and the subscribe button as we grow this thing. We're just a year old. Monday Night Football, Kirk Cousins, Philadelphia, so many things. We're going to start with the play that everyone's talking about today.
Wait. This is inexcusable.
First of all, we're not going to start here, are we? Are we
Yes.
really going to start?
We're gonna start
We're not going to talk about
right
how we
here.
got to here. We're not going to
No.
talk about how we got to here.
We can talk. We can talk.
You missed the Eagles. The Eagles Blowfest was last week. You were not around. We went on to the
Blowfest.
Eagles. Dude, did you watch that game last week?
Yeah, I mean, I watched it, but like now I'm talking about we're not blowfesting him right now, especially after this play. But when we got to this play, it was a little bit of a blowfest. I mean, dude, Saquon might be one of the smoothest backs I've seen in a long fucking. The way he can like cut through here and just like blown away. Don't know what we're doing in the beginning drive. Like we don't know who we are, and then all of a sudden we hit this RPO madness, and we're like off to the races. And I was like blown the fuck away, dude. Like again, Saquon is just coming back in resurgence, and then you come to this play, and I think we were all like, "Wait a minute, what?"
So
let me set
this up.
2 roll rights in a game. That's a bad idea.
Eagles
Bad
at the
idea.
10-yard line. Eagles are up by 3 points with 1:40-ish on the clock. Falcons have no timeouts left. So if you get a first down, the game is over. It's like a 3rd and 3. If you get a first down, the game is over, period, which would be great. If you just keep the clock running, now it's 4th down and there's a minute left. So many different things that can go well here for the Eagles, and the worst possible thing happens. They throw a pass to Saquon Barkley, wide open, but it was schemed wide open.
Yes.
He drops it, which you always run the risk of. And then I think the even equal mistake was instead of going for it on 4th down, they kick a field goal. And like teams think that going from 3 points to 6 points like is a huge difference. No, you know what it does? It actually puts the Falcons in we have to score a touchdown mode instead of maybe we should preserve the field goal mode that most teams are in when they're down 3. So I don't know. What did you guys think of the play call? We'll get to the Kirk Cousins game-winning drive too, by the way. So
I mean, first of all, the play call, I understand it, right? Everyone and their mother knows you're going to run, and everyone wants to load the box, and you think, okay, we're going to do this. But when it's game on the line, you got to do the smart things. You got to play the smart play. Yes, run the football, let the clock go down, put all the pressure back on the Falcons, because this isn't just a, like, here is, he drops it, but at the same time, all the momentum now just switched on a dime. Like, everything just went back on a dime now, right back to the Falcons. Everyone on the Falcons is looking at each other now like, we can win this game, boys. Look what these dudes just did. They just gave us this much time. Kirk, you can do this, right? Yeah. And so much more on this is just the drop. And also, Nick Sirianni, I don't care if you call plays or not. You have a hat on it that says HBC, head ball coach, which means if anyone on your staff decides that they want to do something, you have every single power to go above them and go, no, and drop the hammer and just say, no, you don't get to do that. I am head ball coach. The buck stops with me. And he didn't. And so at the end of the game, when he's kind of throwing some shade at the offensive coordinator and he calls the plays, there's a reason this team went 1-6 down the stretch last year. You're seeing a little bit of that dysfunction here in the last final clock management stuff.
And I'm just going to be straight with you. Honestly, I thought there was a lot simpler play to call that could have just, like you said, if anything, I'm going to call a simpler play, something that Saquon's been working with well all game, because it's like you said, it's going to put more pressure on Atlanta, because I don't think they had any timeouts at this point, correct?
Correct.
So you're letting this clock just keep go down. And even if he doesn't get it, all of a sudden now we're like, hey, we tush pushing this? What are we doing? Where are we doing? I mean, at one point, the tush push was getting like 6 yards. I was like, dude, this has become insanity.
Third and eight, tush push.
I will forget who it was. Who's that 88? I'm trying to think. Goddard. He's like pushing him like 5 more yards down the field. And he's like, yo, we got this for sure. And I'm like, dude, that's why I'm not going to crush Sirianni for this. I'm just going to be like, dude, I know that looking back, we've done this in games where we were like, that was really stupid. Like, we gave them this entire game. This offense let this team win because we made a mistake. We didn't catch a ball that was a simple ball to catch. Whatever it was, it's just one of these, like, we should have did what we've been doing all day and just handed it off to Saquon out of the gun and see what he does. And if anything, we're going to let this clock continue to tick on down. But, I mean, dude,
So I'm going to go full screen. I mean,
hold on. Before you do that, look at the surrender cover by Dallas Goedert right in the middle of the field. Right? Watch Dallas. He leaks out late. He's like, oh, yeah. And then as soon as he drops it, wait. Oh, no.
Worst possible.
Even he's thinking it. God damn it. All right, here we go.
That's like 3 hand clap fronts for Saquon, by the way.
Since we're going to start talking about what happens on the other side, what they came out and did this week was exciting. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Tyler Algier, Drake London, Bijan, like all these dudes, every single Darnell Mooney showing up. Like, you're like, dude, there's guys everywhere in this team, and their O-line was just kicking ass. Now, don't get me wrong. Pass pro got a little sketchy, and I think my fat guy fantasy got a little bit hurt, but I'm hoping that he watches film and learns from his mistakes. But at the same time, like, this is what they're paying for right here. And this is what everyone's been waiting to see. Like, hey, game on the line. Are you going to zip it in there? And this was a completely different Kirk. Like, he threw angry darts. This is angry Kirk. Dude, what do you mean my Cole's cash doesn't work here? Like, dude, he's just zipping darts in there. That ball was hot.
What do you mean my Creed CDs are too scratched to play on this?
You don't have a VHS player in here? God.
And, coming back from a guy that got whooped last week in McGrary, right? Caleb, they're the right tackle. He had a tough day against TJ Watt last week. No secret about it. But part of playing offensive line in the NFL is, can you get back off the mat and go do it again the next week? And I thought he bounced back very well. He bounced back really well. I mean, this is a tough twist. Lindstrom and them, they go, but Kirk gets off his spot, delivers a dot, and there was
he seems comfortable too, right? Like, this is a little bit like, hey, this is where we used to start getting worried about him, and now it's like, oh, I'll just drift over here and throw this, and it's like, dude, that's how easy it should have been.
The battle between Lindstrom, the right guard, and this Eagles interior last night was fun to watch. It was just a heavyweight blows back and forth and back and forth. I mean, he was going up against Davis, and then he was going up against who's the Georgia guy? Carter. Right?
Dude, that was a battle. That was a battle.
It was so fun to watch the interior fight there.
I will say, as a Vikings podcaster and follower, watching Kirk Cousins in a Falcons uniform attempt a game-winning drive against the Ed Donatel, Vic Fangio, keep everything underneath defense, keep everything underneath, even if they're walking into the end zone. Just make sure they don't go out the back of the end zone.
Yeah, right?
God, I was triggered for the last 2 minutes.
At one point, I was like, this looks way too easy. Where the hell has this been the whole game?
So what would you like defensively?
You got to get up in there. You got to get up and pressure
he's
Kirk.
36 with an Achilles. Like, put
you
some
have to
pressure
do
on
something.
the guy.
But I think this is this. But listen, you're forgetting who you're talking about, because I played with Vic. Vic's big claim to fame is we only rush 4. We always rush 4. That is it. Our 4 up front have to create the pressure. And you look at this Philly defensive line, and you're thinking this could easily be achievable, right? For most of the game, we were just talking about how Chris Lindstrom was kind of moving around, and they had him kind of on the edge. But that's what they're supposed to be doing. Game on the line, this offensive line stepped up. This O-line said, no, fuck that. We got this. You saw the twist the last play. Now you see him right here just hanging in there the entire time. Like, dude, this is a pocket.
Watch the right guard. Go back to the start. This is how you set a 2-eye. If you're a young right guard, this is one of the hardest blocks in football. To set down to a 2-eye with your center setting away.
Very hard.
It's very hard. Bang. Look at that punch.
See how he
left hand
snap?
Extension. He snaps his head, stops his feet, and now he has to restart his rush. That is why that guy makes $100 million. Right there. And then he sits right here, anchor. That is an unbelievable one-on-one block against the 9th overall pick. Probably could have been the top 3 pick last year. We didn't have the issues. Sits him down right here and then gives up for Kirk to deliver a strike. But I agree with you, Mac. You got to do something else here. I understand you only want to send 4, but after they get a huge chunk on the first play,
this? Yeah, no, I
got to go up. You got to go. If the first play you're going to rush 4, be like, okay, we're going to get there. But if they get a big chunk on the first play, you got to come after them on the second.
Like
play.
right here, right now is where I'm going to have to start pressuring you. I have to. I can't let you just continue to make these big chunks. See, and here
they come.
Here comes
kind
Vic,
of, but they drop 0.
See, and that's the problem is when you drop a guy, are you really blitzing?
I mean,
Let's
this
take a look
was
at
just-
the end zone cam.
so
here.
what they
Dude, I'm
went
telling you, man, this was just the Falcons.
70 yards in 3 plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts.
And then, by the way, Peyton. So I don't know on the Manning cast if you guys caught that. So after this play, Peyton Manning starts talking about you don't want to score too fast. Now you want to make sure that you.
No.
He's
No,
like,
no.
I played against Brady enough. You want to make sure that you.
PTSD.
We're talking about way too many guys. Yeah, seriously. I've been here. Hey, by the way, you want to talk about why you're getting paid $100 million? Here, you see that head coming back for vengeance. And this is one of the best things about a guard is when you see your 3 technique slide out and you get that go call, you're coming back like you're trying to
Oh, bang!
like, dude, you this is your chance to get your shot at them. And this is what I talk about is they twist you, they're gonna pick you, they're gonna pull you, they're gonna grab you. This is the only time that we can really get back at them. And it is so fun when you hear that go call, you're like, gone, bro. Gone.
Yep.
Oh,
he might
man.
have he might have dinged himself there.
Knocked himself out there.
Fine, yeah.
But again, look at this ball by Kirk.
Dude,
I mean,
angry Kirk.
that is it.
Angry.
Yeah, that's angry Kirk. That's you like that. That's
You like that?
Kirk. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
he's getting here. He gets to the read. He sees where he wants to go.
By the way, who blitzes into the fucking loco?
Watch him plant. Right. Last week I was like, can he plant? He plants and he just fires that pigskin. Look at
Yeah,
that
that's
thing.
pretty solid.
That's
down here,
pretty
huh?
solid base.
Yo,
That's everything.
That's Johnny
there.
Moxon in his prime right there, Brody.
And he just lets that thing eat to the sideline. That's a
Sizzle.
long throw. That is a long throw, and then just
Shitty tackle, by the way.
bad
I don't know what
tackle.
that was,
Mitchell's got to be
Dude,
better than that.
don't look like that. See, now
Yeah,
you're
that's an
looking
extra
at a
10
different
yards,
type of team. And I'm not going to lie, when you're on the offense and you're driving down that quickly, you're like, this is our game. This is our game. Don't you dare say.
So now they
anything
change it up. They change
they-
it up.
so-
They go load front.
And
right?
by the
So
way,
they
with
go overload.
the out of bounds, the defense now gets a chance to like take a deep breath and call something, right? So
and
Yeah,
rotate guys in.
So we always had an alert in the 2-minute drill. Dead ball, timeout, out of bounds. What was the alert, Alex? You remember?
Come games.
Alert
Twist.
games, alert pressure. Right? Alert games, alert pressure.
'Cause
Because
they can
the
finally
defense
start
has
talking.
a second to breathe. Right? So you come out here and immediately in the huddle, you're going, hey, alert games, alert pressure. They line up in this front. This is a game front all the time. You get
All
3
day
guys. And then they have Brandon Graham, the 15-year vet over here with a one-on-one.
Like,
That's
time
what
out.
they're trying to create.
You can't really think that they're going to leave 3 guys completely uncovered in this defense, right? Like at some point, somebody has to be crossing back over the midline to square this up, or else we're just going to hand off a draw up the middle.
So this dude comes across both
Usually.
interior defenders. on
It
that
could
one.
be any one of the 3, but somebody's going to be pulling you over and then coming across just like this.
And they did a pretty good job. I mean, it's
I would like Lindstrom
Go
to be
back
a
a
little
little bit.
tighter
Yeah,
there.
go back. We'll talk
Lindstrom-
about that.
Lindstrom, so his linebacker's way off the ball, right? And so they were just like, you know what? Let's give 53 to Bijan. So 53 belongs to Bijan. Let's pull our right guard over into the slide with us and truly put our right tackle on an island. All right, this is where you say right tackle, earn your money.
So
All
right tackle,
right
go
tackle's
get
on the
him.
island. Bring the right guard over with us. 17's the point, right? So 67.
These guys
Hey,
all go
17's the point. We used to call this a Loco or a Lester or a Lon or a Louis or whatever you want to call your 4-for-5 sort. Bring them over there, and Lindstrom needs to get a little bit more depth and hang him that center's pocket a little bit more, right? So and don't turn, right? See how he's kind
right
of turned there? That outside
See, but his
foot,
foot's up. See how his outside foot is up right there?
you need
He
that
should
foot to be, and this is
Have it in
nitpicky,
the
dude.
ground. Yo,
This
we
is-
have to be.
But you're $100 million. This is nitpicky. This is nuts on the line.
See,
And you
right
just allow
there,
it
he
to
gives
come
up a
through
little
here.
too much pressure, and he should be expecting this. And this is the one thing about the overload front is it's going to put somebody on an island, which is a mismatch, and it's going to make somebody have to come across the line and come back, which they always feel like is a mismatch for the interior.
It's a nice job by the right tackle, sitting down a bull rush from Brandon
Yeah.
Graham.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
let's look
little
at that one.
pressury, but it's once again angry Kirk. Got to get the
He's
ball
square.
in.
He's square. He gets to his spot. Right,
He's a
boom.
big dude.
He's
He hits
very
him.
large. He has a
He's
nice right
so
hand.
Big.
He's large, and Brandon Graham's not a tall person.
No, Bree is not tall.
So boom, and then he sits down here, anchors, and gets him stopped. That's a clean pocket.
That's clean.
As much as there's a little bit of green showing up, that's a clean pocket.
in the National Football League.
Yes,
that's
that's
No,
exactly
that's
right.
clean, dude. You
Pocket.
ain't. We're not splitting hairs.
The National Football League. So
Come
we're getting
back
closer here. Getting closer.
2x2, spread them out. Now we
Here we
decide we're coming.
Now
with
we're gonna
blitz.
get frisky.
dart.
This
interference on this?
I don't know how this was not PI. I do not
It's a
know.
little handsy.
I mean, he
If it was the
tackled
Chief-
him.
if it was the Chiefs, it would have been PI.
That flag's coming out before he even touches him. What are you talking about? Here we go. Go back real quick.
Look at this pass.
Oh, dude.
Look at this is O-line porn here.
We got to talk about this pass off, dude. Here we go.
This is
Should I play the O-line?
Turn the lights down.
music?
Turn the lights down. Here we
down
go.
real low. Come here. Let me talk real quiet in your ear.
Jay, here we go. Give it to him.
17's the point. We look over at 17. We give a loco call. We snap the ball. We come through here. We're big on the right. They come through. Set. Hut. Here comes 17. Bang. They pass this off. TT with the interior. Center. Right guard. Hand it. Look at that clean pocket. They bring 5. And
So let's
no
look
one.
center right guard.
No
here.
one touches 18.
Oh,
It's
look
beautiful.
at those all whites. Still
TT.
white.
Boom. Come through here. Pass it. Both those guys are square. You can reach 67 and 63. And then Chris Lindstrom punish jumpers. You want to
Always.
jump up in the air?
Punch
them in the
shit
balls.
out of them.
Punch them in the balls.
Dude, I don't know how
That's
that's not
PI.
PI. I don't know how
That's-
dude, these refs are, oh my God. You have to call this in that moment. Look at this. He's all over him.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
there
that's
early.
PI.
That's
That's
PI.
Dude.
Ray McLeod also.
I'm
threw a
with you,
punch.
Ray. You
He's
know
getting
what?
a nice. He's getting a nice FedEx. He's
They
getting a nice
probably didn't throw it
FedEx.
because he got in trouble earlier in the game. And they're probably like, you know what? We're not going to call that.
Trips right. Boom.
Russian 4, man.
Dude,
Russian 4.
The easiest route
Wide open.
in the entire game is wide ass open. Wide
Against one of the best corners in the game.
open. Dude.
Darius
You
Slay,
just
go back
never
to the
know.
wide. Go back to the wide. Matt.
Dude, he totally got beat. He thought it was inside and he
Watch
just
his eyes.
got cooked.
This is a classic. I can't tell you how many times I've heard D coordinators yell, "Don't get caught with your eyes in the backfield." Watch Darius Slay's eyes.
Is he top? Is he top here?
He's on the top of the screen.
He's the farthest. Yeah, right
So
there.
they motion
Right.
Drake London out to widen out his split a little bit, right? So they start in this tight bunch.
Why are we
They
doing it?
motion.
Probably see what they're in. Are they
Yep.
in man?
Pre-snap indicator.
Zone? What
What
do
do we
do?
got? So they motion him out. You see him rocking and rolling over there. And then right here, Slay, eyes in the backfield. He thinks he's
Oh.
jumping. He thinks he's
Look
jumping
at
the
that.
slant. His eyes are not on 5. His eyes are on Kirk Cousins. If you put your eyes on Kirk Cousins and you lose sight of this, you've fallen into the trap. You've taken the bait. He wanted to jump this, pick it, call it a day, everything. He gets caught here. Great ball by Kirk, putting it only where he can get it. And
Where's
you see
Kirk
Slay.
looking? Let's see where
By the
Kirk's
way,
looking.
Did you see the flag for this?
Hand clap.
Well, he did. He did like a machine gun shooting
Yeah, like
the upper
threw
deck
something
of the-
up and started. What's up with
You know?
everybody? No, but like between him and the kid from LSU, like what's up with everybody in the guns lately?
Yeah,
Let's just
Yeah.
calm down a little bit.
I
you
know. Like let's all just chill, bro.
Kirk
How
slowed
about-
down the entire time.
Hey, go
How about a
back,
bow and
go
arrow?
back.
Could we do a bow and arrow?
How about this?
We don't need like a
How about this
semi-automatic.
clean
soldier.
ass pocket right here? How about this sexy ass clean ass pocket? My God,
Kirk didn't get touched
dude.
one time on this entire game-winning drive. Not once did he
Not
have any type of effect,
Look at
and you're
this.
paying that D-line a lot of money.
It's a nice switch off on the left too.
Look at
I
this.
will say Matthews gets lucky.
He
loses
falls.
his- Go back. It's initially it's a good, but he kind of gets slapped, which drops him.
The thing that makes him able to pass it off, they're all square.
Yep.
No one's turning. Everyone's square in their sets. You can read everyone's numbers. He passes it to
65
him
gets
there,
a good punch.
and then
he
he
just
just ends
gets
up
up.
falling down here. But again, he's not getting there. And Kirk's looking this way the entire time. The
No one's
entire
square.
time.
Yeah, let's watch Kirk's. Just watch Kirk's
head.
helmet.
He
I
sees
wonder,
it.
I wonder
He
if
sees the
Darius probably thought it
pre-snap.
was he probably thought it was going to be a post because there's
He
a
thought it was
slant underneath.
He thought it was
Well, there
gonna
was
be
a slant underneath. That's why I'm like, he probably thought it
mean,
was something.
That's hash to far pylon on a rope.
My
Great
gift
throw.
card works every day at Kohl's.
Did you see-
Cole's cash.
Unbelievable.
And then this is the last interception here. By the way, so I kind of thought, man, you
They
got
kind of had a
mobile-
chance, dude.
You have a
They
mobile
kinda had a
quarterback.
chance.
You really just need to, like, worst case scenario, can you get it to like right in here?
Jake Elliott's
Just get
got
the
a
kick,
leg.
right?
Yeah,
Just get the
15
kick off.
yards. And I thought, because they had a timeout left too, if I'm not mistaken, at this point, with maybe
Was this
like,
the actual last play?
this is the interception.
I want to
let's
see
run
this
it
because
here.
I'm curious to see if he could have actually hit this over route. Like it's so hard sometimes when you're watching the TV copies.
Little twist. Oh man,
Dude,
yeah,
that
he got smoked there.
He got smoked. But again, I don't really think there's anyone open. The thing I don't love is there's really no one threatening the middle of the field. And they must not have had a timeout.
I think they did have a timeout left.
If they had a
I'm-
timeout, I don't love the route concept that there's no one going over the middle of the field because everyone's playing sideline. So they go big 3-man game here.
go back. Dude, 5-0, Right now, everybody get off the ball. Get off, get square. We are definitely, no one's just going to straight rush us. That's not going to happen on the last play of the game.
Especially against Jalen Hurts.
Especially when we're the best offensive line out here. Dude, like, this is not going to happen. You got to get off the ball. Dickerson. By the way, they had way too many guys downfield penalties. That was driving me nuts.
That's none of their fault.
They call
It's none of their fault. It's what the RPO does to you.
But that's my whole point, is something's got to change, man.
I mean, they do a nice job getting off the ball. The hard part's the left tackle.
Yeah.
If the left tackle ends up on the ground, it's really hard to pass this off.
So left tackle is supposed to pick up.
He's got to flatten the penetrator. The only way you can pass off a stunt in the National Football League is if you flatten the penetrator and then you sink back for depth for the looper. So 0 is the penetrator here. Right, this is a 3-man game. They're going down, down, and looping all the way around.
So he's going into this dude's inside shoulder.
44 is going into the A gap, and then they're
0 is
looping.
going into the B gap. So it's going to bring these 3 guys in, and 77 is going to have to bump every single person out. And now it still creates a one-on-one with Lane Johnson.
So
See how now everyone's switching?
It's a 4-way bump. And
Yeah.
so you're just banking that one person gets beat. And sure enough, the left tackle is the one that ends up getting off kilter here. And then it throws an interception at the end.
Hey, pressure, man.
Wow.
It's a mother.
You named the difference between that last play and the entire game-winning drive for Kirk. There was no one at Kirk's feet.
Right.
Yeah.
No one was there. Kirk had all the time in the world to throw that football. And Kirk earned his $200 million that night. Right? Primetime Kirk has struggled. It's been no secret. Any Vikings fan that watched knows primetime Kirk's not always great. But he earned his $200 million, and that's why the Falcons brought him in there, because guess what? Last year, Desmond Ridder ain't doing that. Marcus Mariota ain't doing that. That is why they went out and signed Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Also, if they lose that game, and it was really bleak there on 3rd and 3 inside the 10-yard line, and then you got the Chiefs coming up, short week, prime time on Sunday for the Falcons.
But
that was a season-saving sequence right there for the Falcons.
For sure.
It sure was. And there's a lot of nice things that came out of that game, especially the fact that you can lean on the run game. Like, you can lean heavily on Tyler Algier and Bijan. Like, those are one of the things that when you talk about this offense is going to start to mold itself. A lot of that is going to be through the run game. And what does Kirk love to do? Play action. Loves this play action setup, balls coming out right now. Like, what do you get out of play action? Big plays. You get the big 15-yard digs, the 20-yard over routes. Like, that's where things start to become fun. And it's always good to know that at the end of the game, if you're paying a guy $200 million, he can get you that W. Like, Arthur Smith was finally like, now we're clicking. Now, Go ahead, cash that check, buddy. You get yourself some money.
And you guys know, I, for one, have never doubted Kirk Cousins. I'm glad you guys finally got to see what I have seen all along. Click the subscribe button and the like button if you enjoyed this breakdown. Booney, Sirles, Phil Mackey, it's the O-Line Committee.